doing anyway. It's not just to Olympia. This is a shot fired across the bow of the Obama administration, which desperately needs to be fired. I'm talking about the shot, not the administration.
I would never put shot and prison in the same sentence.
Okay, but now that we're discussing this, we're only talking about one side of this thing, and that is go to the border and stop. The ones who are counteracting this movement, what are they saying?
You have Portland, Seattle, just to name a few of the local areas that have actually passed boycotts of Arizona. And
That's,
and
Portland did not
They
boycott.
didn't participate.
they didn't participate?
No, they discussed it, but
Heard that on the radio today. Okay, well, Seattle.
Lars got it wrong.
You know, what they're saying basically is this incites racial profiling. But basically, when you look at the immigration law that Arizona passed, it is just a mirror of the federal law. They didn't add anything. They just took the federal law and said, here it is, we're gonna put it on the state level, and we're just gonna implement it. If they're not going to do the job, we will. And so there's a lot of hype, and you know, there's a lot of hype on both sides. But I think the reality of the situation is we are in some times where I think we've got to speak up on some of these issues. And I think this is one, and an opportunity when it's in the heat of the debate to say, you know, however many members of this council, you know, agrees with this resolution, and we would like our delegation to really do this for us.
So you bring this up Monday, Nathan?
yeah, I got some notes on here for you, John, if you want to send these over to Don's office. I know he was getting ready to be on vacation.
Starting the second.
I think it starts Friday.
Second, whenever that is.
But Scott or somebody else can get it in the form as well. Any other questions on this?
I just wanted to suggest to you, sir, that you are, from your description where you live, I think you are in the 15th legislative district. So those are the people that you need to contact.
The one piece of the resolution in here, as it's written, that I have a little bit of
Sure.
concern on is, whereas this law mirrors existing federal laws which are not being enforced.
We can just put.
I don't know that that's
enforced
true.
or-
It's
Well,
being enforced the best way or that kind of stuff.
I don't, yeah.
We
there's
certainly
a
have an
problem
awful
with
lot of
that.
agents and
I
National
mean, we
Guard down there on the borders.
Yeah.
We spend $17 billion a year on that. There are 10 U.S. Border Patrol agents per mile assigned to Arizona. So it's hard to say that it's not being enforced. You can argue about whether it's effective or not. The Border Patrol and ICE people point out that there's 1 million legal border crossings a day, and it's awfully hard to to keep out any illegal traffic when you're doing 1 million legal crossings a day.
1% is 10,000.
I'm sorry?
1% is 10,000.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Let's go, I'm gonna move this around a little bit, and we'll go to updates and other discussion items by myself and heads and council towards the end. Agenda bills, Public Works, Trevor.
Yes, we've got 2 agenda bills in regards to USDA loans. They have requested a specific sign-off on their Title 15, Subtitle A. This is in regards to the Zone 4 improvements, which we've executed a USDA loan on, and then most recent on the E Street for the water line. The specifics with the verbiage is appropriate use of taxpayer dollars, that it's been actually vetted through the public process, which obviously it has been. And then towards the end, unless a certification is made and posted, it wouldn't be eligible for those funds. So fairly routine. Any questions on those? Brady did mention on USDA, the water line. We have not gotten confirmation from Bruce Whittle yet that is a go. Still in the review process. It's in DC at this point.
Just a point of clarification, I noticed in the language here where it says, I, Sean Guard, Mayor for the City of West Schuylkill, hereby certify. So you're not taking personal liability here, that's as the office of the mayor.
Yeah, and that's, I know Michael had asked the question as well, Councilman Delavar, he apologizes, he intended to be here tonight, and they had to make a turnaround on I-5 and go back up to where they were and come back down, so he may still make it by the end of the meeting. He had, when I talked to him earlier today, he brought up the subject of, this really doesn't need the council to sign off on it anyway. Administratively, I think you can, I said, agreed, but we also said that an awful lot of things that had to do with East Street, because it's been, we've gone through enough of a process on there, we would just as soon make sure that the council is comfortable with all of those pieces. And that's a double-edged sword, because certainly if we don't certify these, we have a problem, so, anyway.
And the request at the same time for
But no,
Zone
I'm not,
4.
I'm
so-
not personally indebting myself for water line and all that good stuff.
That's how I read it too, Mom.
Well, I just wanted to make, I couldn't.
All in
make
favor,
that.
signify by saying aye.
Oh, yeah.
Aye.
Oh, yeah. I was looking for anything that said personal guarantee. Went, was it in Top Gun, your body's writing checks your whatever's writing checks your body can't cash?
Yeah.
A question on this one?
Yes.
Trevor, is this for the street improvements, or is this for the
Water line.
water line?
Yeah, so it has the project in aggregate, the 5.9 million estimate, and then 1.6 million, that would be USDA
Okay, so this is for
funded. Just the water line improvements within the E Street project. And then the other certification request is for the Zone 4 improvements, which is a reservoir just north of town, 1 million gallon reservoir.
Okay, Kennedy Jinks. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, you can
There you are.
Trevor, this is just a point of clarification also. This is the $1.6 million loan, is that correct?
Yes, low interest loan. We have not heard back from
That
Bruce
we were
Whittle.
given
Yeah.
the three options on this.
Right, 40-year, pay down 20, and then there was an opportunity as well to go use our actual bond rating, open market, which I think RJ's gonna talk a little bit about that as far as the underwriter and options there in the near future, when it comes up.
Next
So,
work, July 12th workshop, we're having a bond 101 workshop with Jim Nelson down here.
right. So yes, that's the scenarios that we ran.
John, do you have a question?
No, I'll pass.
Kennedy Jinks.
Kennedy Jenks. Yes, we've gone round and round in regards to biosolids, long-term planning, what type of investment, Class A, Class B. When we first brought Kennedy Jenks on board, we had done some value engineering and spoke with Camus at that point. They were conceptually looking at expanding their wastewater treatment plant. Obviously, they're to construction with their full-blown biosolids upgrade, which is Class A with a dryer and a new digestion system. It looks to staff and the consultant engineer that there's an opportunity to be able to go somewhat short or medium term to Camus with our biosolids without building the infrastructure at our wastewater treatment plant. Obviously, I think residentially, when Camus had originally designed their expansion, they anticipated a lot more flow. So there is an opportunity to at least look at the feasibility at hauling short-term or even medium-term to the city of Camus and being able to defer some of our